About cohesiveness. There is this miracle that has occurred, the universal human ability to produce and understand language. But we squander this gift from the gods by not having a language in common we can call our own among us all with our native tongue. What if we could actually agree on one second language for all? A single set of words, grammar, and syntax, so we could actually use it to communicate with absolutely everyone directly. We could use it for international gatherings and communication. What this single set of words, grammar, and syntax were, what if they were creatively bundled to create one single language, easy enough to be learned by everyone as a second language? One that is logical and consistent enough to attain near native fluency. With all our ingenuity and resources, we have just got to be able to form such a language sophisticated and broad enough to express the finest shades of meaning, delve into every new technology, and explore humankind's broad range of cultural nuances. Neutrality. And what if it grew from its base of the first speakers quickly, spreading at a great rate around the world? What if it did not have the time to gain undue status in any one nation or among any one culture or ethnic group, but grew naturally in the most diverse places? What if this language were used overwhelmingly as a learned second language? What if it was used primarily to bridge the language gaps from the very beginning, not just as an afterthought? Popular. What if the people, whenever they needed a common language to bridge the language gap, overwhelmingly chose this one language over all others? People would choose this language because it represented an undivided humanity. It would not carry the identity of historical baggage of solely one ethnic group, nation, creed, or region. In this way, it could represent all humankind and be completely neutral. Rapid mastery. People would choose this language because it could be learned in a fraction of the time it took to learn national languages. Rapid mastery of an international language is essential to reaching the most people in international and intercultural situations, no matter what their situation or station in life may be. It is as essential for extremely busy executives and politicians as it is for those completely destitute to have the ability to bridge language gaps as easily, efficiently, economically, and effectively as possible. People would choose this language because it allowed them to speak as relative equals on a level playing field. People would choose this language because it was not only a non-national language, but due to it not being a foreign language, because this language belongs equally to all people, a language for individuals as citizens of the world, with universal rights, including the universal right to communicate as an equal with anyone, anywhere, with any group. Neutrality and universality are essential for effective and practical international communication. This is true whether dealing with international conferences, internet or phone calls, or minimizing interpretation, translation, and related printing costs, or within international businesses and intergovernmental bodies. The rate at which such a language is capable of being mastered is essential if this proposed international language is to overcome the succession of stopgap default lingua francas, determined by the relatively short-lived imperial might of powers that control the rights to that lingua franca. It really is possible that a neutral, quickly mastered language could become the global second language for everyone. A well-planned, orchestrated campaign with popular support would raise the status and usage of such a language to the critical mass needed to catch on. Once it is apparent that English influence is waning in relationship to changes in economies and populations of places like Latin America, China, Indonesia, India, and the Middle East, then competition by the idea of introducing a neutral international language to the world will become ever more appealing.